Hi, my name's Beth and I'm a programming coordinator for the St. Johns County Public Library System. And you are watching In the Bubble with Beth, a program where we make things. Today we are going to be making an air plant frame. So just a picture frame with air plants. You can hang it inside your house, you can hang it outside your house, whatever you want to do. It should be a fun and easy project. Air plants are pretty ubiquitous in our area. You can basically go outside and find them pretty much anywhere in your own yard. These I found in my crepe myrtle tree. These came from an oak tree. They're a little bit bigger. You can see side by side, they're a little bit bigger. Here's some right here in the tree right now. You can just kind of take your finger and just kind of lightly pull it up, just real gently. Oops, where's my finger? And you can basically source your own air plants. It's very easy to do, but you can also, any store that sells plants will sell air plants. So I've also picked up a few from a store just to show you that. It's kind of nice to have a different variety with this project, but really, however you want to source your air plants, that's up to you. So in addition to air plants, basically what you're going to need for this project is a wooden frame, like a picture frame. My husband made this from some scrap wood that he had in his wood shop. It's your choice. It can be any size. It can be as fancy or as shabby chic as you want. This one's pretty shabby chic, but you can source picture frames from the thrift store. You could build your own, whatever you want to do. You will need some picture frame wire, a drill, probably some pliers, wire cutters might be helpful. You will need a pencil and a tape measure, and that's pretty much it. Basically what we're going to be doing with this wire is we're going to be drilling holes all the way around the frame and then looping the wire through to make a grid and then tucking the air plants in. Another option that you could do, so you could use the picture frame wire. You could probably also use fishing wire. It might not be quite as sturdy, but it probably would work. But something else that you could do is use chicken wire that, it's already in a grid for you basically. So you could just take a piece of chicken wire and take a staple gun and staple it to the frame and tuck the air plants in that way. So I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil and my measuring tape, and I'm just going to, however small, I'm not sure yet how small I'm going to make my grid. I'm thinking probably 1-inch squares. So I would basically be marking out 1-inch spots all the way around, and then I'm going to drill a hole to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my frame and I'll be right back. So I've got my tape measure on the outside of my frame, and I'm just putting a mark on the outside of my frame every 1 inch, and I'm going to do this all the way around, and then I'm going to drill a hole into each of the holes. Okay, so now that I have measured out 1 inch all the way around my entire frame, I'm now going to take my drill and I'm going to drill a hole in each of those spots so that I can loop my wire through. I'm going to go ahead and put on my safety goggles because safety first, right? Okay, all right. Okay, so I've come inside because it started to pour down rain, and basically what I'm doing now is just taking my wire and weaving it through. Basically, just like if you would lace up a shoelace. In fact, that's, this is what it looks like as I've woven it through on the side. And I'm just gonna sit here and weave the wire through each of the holes horizontally, and when I finish I'll flip it and go vertically and make it into a grid. I'm trying to hold the wire and pull it as taut as I can, but I'm not worrying so much that it's kind of, see how it kind of bends like that? The wire is very supple. I'm not worrying about that right now, because when it's all finished being woven, then I can go back in and kind of manipulate it with my hands to make it look the way I want it to look. But I'm just trying to weave it and keep it taut. Okay, so I'll just keep going and see you in a minute. So now that I've got my grid put in my frame, and you can see mine's a little kind of wabi-sabi-ish. I'm going to now start tucking the air plants into the metal grid, and it'll basically be done. So you can arrange how you want it to look ahead of time, or you can just kind of go with it. I think I'm more of a just go with it kind of person. So if you see, I just kind of tucked it into the grid like that. And I'm gonna do the same with the rest of my air plants. And there you go, it's all complete. It was a pretty easy project. Probably the most challenging thing was weaving the wires through the drilled holes, but even that wasn't so bad. And I just basically chose spots to tuck in the plants wherever I thought they'd fit. You could have as little or as many plants as you want. You can always change them out as well. Just pluck one out and put a different one in there. So this should be a fun thing to have in your home. It's very easy to care for. As I mentioned earlier, you can pretty much hang this anywhere inside your house, and just make sure that you mist it at least once a week with water. If you're interested in books about houseplants, the St. Johns County Public Library System has so many in our system. Books like Urban Jungle, Living and Styling with Plants, or Houseplants for a Healthy Home, or even DIY Succulents, from place cards to wreaths, 35 plus ideas for creative projects with succulents. We have many others in our catalog. If you need some help, just ask anybody at your local library. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you had fun. I certainly did, and I hope we see you in the library very soon. Have a great day. Bye.